Hello friends, welcome to SK Programming. In this video, we are going to learn about for loop in Java. So I declare one class name like A1, and I also save this our program a1.java. Okay, that we declare in last two video. Now this is our main class, and now I declare one method. So in last video, I explain you that what's the use of string args in public static void main method to pass any numbers of argument in CMD and retrieve from CMD in Java program. So this args array is used. Now today's lecture is going to for loop. So first of all I declare syntax here, then we make it in practical example. For keyword is used to declare a for loop, then initialization, then semicolon, then check condition, then semicolon, then increment and decrement. Okay, then start curly braces means for loop body. Whatever the code you want to write based on for loop initialization, condition and increment decrement is going here. So now let's convert this syntax into real example. Initialization means what that? In you learn in C or C++, you declare one variable I equal to 0. So what is this I equal to 0? It means that initialization of I variable with value 0. Okay, so I copy this and initialize here I equal to 0. I remove from 0 here. Whatever the value you want to place here, you can able to place any damn value. Okay, I declare here I equal to 0. I also declare here I with data type integer I equal to 0. So no need to write one more statement above for loop. So I initialize one variable name like I and declare its value is 1. Okay, and then semicolon. So this is our initialization part. And what is int? Int means integer value, means we can store in integer data type like 10, 20, 30, but we cannot store 10.10, 20.2 because int is an integer data type that cannot accept fractional part, means 20.2, 10.10, it's are fractional. If you want to store only numeric data type without fractional part like 10, 20, 30, 1, 2, 3 whole number, then you must use integer data type or long data type. Okay, if you want to store 10.2, 20.2, then must use float data type and double data type. So float data type and double data type is used to store fractional value. Okay, understand? So now I use only integer data type because I have whole number like 1 to 10. I want to print my name with 5 time. Okay, so our first part initialization is goes here. Now condition, I want to print my name 5 times. So what the condition going there? I less than equal to 5. We discuss this statement in later, but now this is our condition. Okay, increment and decrement. Increment means I plus plus, decrement means I minus minus. You also write I equal to I plus 1, this one and I plus plus, both are same, both increment I by 1. Okay, I plus plus and I equal to I plus 1, both are same. It increment the value of I with plus 1. Okay, I remove this because I use short form of I equal to I plus 1, so I use I plus plus. Okay, now what I want to display. I want to display my name 5 times. System dot out dot println. Here I write SQL programming. Okay. Now our code is ready for loop. This is initialization part. This is condition. This is increment or decrement, and this is our for loop body. Okay. Now what happened? Why I run this program? First of all, I need to compile my program. So Java C a1.java. Then press enter. If compilation error is not found, then it give to next CMD line. Then run the program. To run Java program, we use Java keyword and class name. When you enter this, then our program must start from this method. Our cursor blinking here. Here compiler found one loop and come here. Integer I equal to 1. It initialize the value of I with 1. Okay. Then after this initialization, cursor move to condition. It check the condition. I less than equal to 5 means I comment the code here and I write down that condition less than equal to 5. It means that whatever the value of I right now, the value of I is 1. So that's why 1 less than equal to 5. Condition is true or false. 1 is less than or equal to 5. So yes, I is less than or equal to 5 because I is small than 5. So after this condition, it directly jump to the body of the program. So it found the system.out.println. So it print the SQL programming here, and I use println function. So after printing this line, cursor move to next line. Okay. Now what happened? This is the only one statement in for loop. After it increment the value of I by plus 1. So what the value of I now? Right now 1. 1 plus 1 equal to 2. Now the value of I is 2. After increment is jump to the condition. So I check the condition once more. So I less than equal to 5 means what the value of I? Value of I is equal to 2. So that's why this statement check that 2 less than equal to 5. Yes, I is less than or equal to 5. So once again cursor comes to here and print SQL programming once again, and this is a println function. After printing SQL program, is cursor move to the next line. After printing this statement, once again cursor goes to I plus plus means whatever the value of I, it increment by 1. The value of I is equal to 2. 2 plus 1 means 3. Now the value of I is 3. After the increment, it check the condition I less than equal to 5. Now what the value of I? Value of I is 3. That's why it check that 3 less than equal to 5. True or false? Yes, 3 is less than or equal to 5. That's why it once again execute the body of loop. Once again it print the SQL programming and cursor move on next line. After printing this statement, it move here. Once again it plus the value of I. What the value of I is? 3. 3 plus 1 means 4. Now the value of I is 4. It check one another time. I less than equal to 5. What the value of I? 4. 4 less than equal to 5. Condition is true. If the condition is true, then the body of loop is execute. So what the statement in body of loop? SQL programming. It print once again SQL programming, and once again goes here I plus plus. When whatever the value of I is increment by 1. Now the value of I is 4. 4 plus 1 means 5. The value of I is now 5. After the increment, it check the condition once again. I less than equal to 5. What the value of I? 5. So 5 less than equal to 5. Condition is true. If the condition is true, then it execute the body of loop. Once again it print the SQL programming. Then what happened? Once again it plus the value of I. What the value of I right now? 5. 5 plus 1 is 6. The value of I is now 6. After increment, it checks the condition. I less than equal to 5 means what the value of I? 6. 6 less than or equal to 5. Now the condition is false because 6 is greater than 5. That's why body of loop is not executed, because if the condition is true, then and only then the execute the body of loop. If the condition is false, then loop is terminated and main method is terminated and program is closed. So this will be the output of our program. I comment that tracing. Now what happened? I want to print 5 times my name, means SQL programming. So let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we successfully print our name with 5 times. So now save the program. Now let's compile the program. Java C. Java C command is used for compile the Java program. Class name dot Java. Whenever we compile the Java program, that time must use dot Java extension with class name. Then give enter. If the compilation error not found, then we can able to run the Java program. To run the Java program, Java keyword is used with only class name. Whenever we run our program, that time we do not use the Java extension. Okay, it's used only when we compile the program. Press enter. Now you count here: SQL programming 1, SQL programming 2, SQL programming 3, SQL programming 4, SQL programming 5. Whatever the output traced by me, that comes in command line argument. It means we have a proper knowledge of how to iterate this loop. Here I have some idea about initialization. In for loop, initialization done only once. Okay, because cursor over goes only once. Whenever the for loop is found by compiler, the initialization done only once. Second time cursor is not going here. Okay, only these two statement is useful after initialization. So this is our basic concept of for loop. If you like this video, then please like my video, and if you have any query, then comment, and please subscribe my channel. Thank you for watching my video.